This episode is sponsored by The Real Cost. If you vape, you could be inhaling toxic metals that can damage your lungs. In a world full of underbaked games and constant delays, where your once beloved companies are all basically now run by the monopoly guy, experience a new title that somehow managed to outdo even our lowest expectations, which isn't all that surprising when you realize it came from EA. Battlefield 2042. Experience the last dying breath of a franchise you used to love, as the newest installment of Battlefield somehow becomes an even bigger laughingstock than their thoroughly criticized previous entry. Then watch as once again EA goes for the Hall of Fame record of disappointment, as 2042 is riddled with bugs, severe server issues, extremely bland graphics, terrible matchmaking, and bullet physics so bad that you might as well just be playing a screensaver. Then it turns out all the terrible technical issues are just the tip of the iceberg, and their direction for the game is somehow even worse, as they decide to take out their single-player mode, remove the scoreboard, voice chat, and other legacy features, all of this accumulating to its rightful place as one of the lowest-rated games on Steam, in a title that embodies everything terrible about the industry in the modern era. You know, at this point, EA is just the Gwyneth Paltrow of video games, trying to sell you 200% bull at full price. Trust me, next year, they'll be selling candles that smell like Andrew Wilson's vagina. Parachute into the massive gunfights of Battlefield, where you and your squad will be tasked to fight against the relentless encroaching forces as you strategically find points of entry and coordinate with your team like a well-oiled machine, which has never actually happened in any Battlefield game, as your squad immediately splits up to the far corners of the earth instead, and you spawn on one of them to get lit up or run over by a hovercraft as soon as you hit the ground, where your broken body will be sprawled on the floor like a squashed spider as you scream at everyone around you for a revive, until you inevitably give up and respawn as they all run past your desecrated corpse. Then find yourself back in Battlefield Purgatory to choose between going to a place that you're going to lose or into a vehicle that someone is immediately going to fly straight into the ground, in a gameplay loop that, despite all the changes, still remains the same hedonistic loop that you've played these games almost 2 decades for, even if half the players you're probably losing to are bots. Discover the future of warfare as you're thrown into the year 2042, where Earth's ecosystem has turned apocalyptic and gravitational anomalies have knocked out all communication, putting the modern world into a new dark ages. And the only thing left to do is fight over a bunch of generic buildings, apparently. Then choose between the different specialists, each with different skills that may turn the tide of battle, but ultimately don't do much when you're eating a tank shell, all of which feels like they tried to take a page from other tactical shooters, then put them in a game where most of them don't really matter, because there's only one good strategy in Battlefield, and that's to throw as many bodies at the point until you win. And no go-go gadget crap is ever going to change that. Experience the different modes and maps of 2042 as they exponentially increase the battlefield sizes to accommodate 128 players. Then discover the many broken strategies of the different modes, like Conquest, where you'll just wait till everyone gets bored and take a point by yourself, or Breakthrough, where you'll hole yourself on the point with a vehicle that should have never been there until you whittled the opposing team's lives away, because no one thought that just being able to spawn a tank on a rooftop could possibly be exploited, and Hazard Zone, where you and your team must retrieve items from random locations with no respawns, semi-battle royale style, that you'll play exactly once because you got tired of this style of shooter like a year ago, like everyone else, in an XL heaping size of Battlefield that doesn't try to do something new, but just stretches out the canvas, making the once thick crust of the original into a thin one with way too many toppings. And everyone knows that's exactly how you get a soggy bottom. Okay, look, just because I like violent video games doesn't mean I also can't enjoy a nice baking show. So hop in that gunner seat and get ready to explode in one of the worst showings for the Battlefield franchise to date that you'll keep shoveling into your mouth while you complain about it, because it's still a Battlefield game and you hate yourself even more than you hate EA. You know they expected to be in hot water from the get-go, because no one makes a portal to let you play old stuff you actually like if they have faith in their new title. Starring Squirrel Girl, Straight Up Blitz, Halo Infinite Reveal, I'm too old for this shit, DJ KHALID, Manscaped, Google Maps Camera Guy, Peking Duck, Jessica Chastain as Anna, and a guy with diarrhea. Battlefield 2077. Seriously, what is this garbage? You know, I get people are upset at this new Santa Claus skin, but honestly, I can't think of anything more dystopian than Father Christmas with an assault rifle.
Now I have a machine gun. Ho, ho, ho.
Vaping can expose you to toxic metals like nickel, chromium, and lead that can damage your lungs. I consider it a day wasted if I don't get to the quarterback. Hello, my name is Mario, and I'm a mushroom addict. You're not fooling me with those knockoff stand names, JoJo English localizers. Do you hear the people singing the songs of angry men? I want to be a cupcake. People love cupcakes.